Right, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello.
There you are, Michael. Beautiful.
Yep.
Sound is working.
Yay, yay.
Hey, everybody. We're here on another Managing Happiness live stream where we want to tell you about managing happiness, what it is, how it works, and how you can manage your happiness as well. With me, Wihesh, also known as Mr. Actually, you're going to do your intro yourself this time.
Oh, thank you so much, David. Yeah, actually, we are here to show you this amazing platform. Talk about this amazing platform that really can up level your entire life, including your happiness, which is extremely important. I am a longtime entrepreneur, recovering entrepreneur. No, there's no such thing, is there, David? No, I am a longtime entrepreneur. I am an author of Chasing the High. I've been in recovery for over 20 years, and I have lived a life of chaos, managing a variety of different tasks and things that I want to achieve and do, and so forth. And right now, I run retreats called Live Life Activated. And this platform, Managing Happiness, has been an integral part of transformational experiences from other leaders and entrepreneurs around the world who attend my retreats and to attend these cohorts online that David and I will be running. So I'm super excited to be here and share this amazing platform with everybody.
Yay, excited as well. I'll give you a little backstory on how managing happiness came about. It's like 10 years ish ago, my wife and I, our daughter Emma was born, and we always had a good friction free relationship. But then when Emma came in the picture, it became a little more hectic. For those of you who have kids, you know the game. And Emma had a full diaper, and I told my wife, like, "Hey, honey, look, Emma has a full diaper," and this really triggered my wife, and she got really upset. And I thought, like, why are we fighting about this right now? And then I had the light bulb moment that we never talked about our roles and responsibilities in our household, and we did just that. The next morning, we sat down and applied, this business principle to our personal life, writing down our roles and responsibilities. And this took away 80% of the friction we ever had in our relationship. And I thought, holy cow, if this works so well, maybe we take other elements of business and apply it to our personal lives, like having a mission and vision, having goals, having regular meetings, having review sessions, having a shared calendar, task management system, and all this stuff. And this worked so phenomenally well for us personally that we productized it and turned it into a course initially. But the course had a 7% completion rate. From 100 people that bought the course, only 7% completed it. And I thought, but it's actually a normal completion rate. People buy courses and then they do not finish it. So we went to a cohort based model, which we're running today, where we get together either in person or online to go through this program. And it's working really well, applying business principles to your personal life. Yep. And yeah, actually, I can share my screen real quick to show you a
And
few
professional life,
and professional
and
life. Yeah,
family life.
yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's, it's all one, right?
yeah.
So let me share my screen. A window. This one here. So that's a presentation we used last time as well. We had this. I have a portfolio of companies, and It's working really well. I used to be overwhelmed and stressed out, and kind of like focusing too much on the business side and neglecting the family side. And now, with since I started managing my life the same way I manage a business, things got way better. And one element is to define your personal mission and vision and the goals that you have in this area. You know what? Actually, yeah, we'll jump in and actually share my actual document, not the presentation. So yeah, you define your professional and your family mission and vision and the goals that you have, and then you define OKRs to actually, what you measure will improve. Business 101. Um, but let's do the real deal. So I defined my personal mission and vision, which is to live a long an impactful and happy and harmonious and fulfilled life, being mentally and physically fit, and learn and grow until I die. Michael, I'm gonna mute yourself. Actually, gonna turn you down a little because you have
Uh,
some background noise.
sure. Yeah, and before you do that, I was going to ask, why is this so important, David?
Why is what's important to define your mission and
To
vision?
yeah,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
I can answer the question if you would like me to.
yeah, please go for it.
It's a rhetorical question for you, but a real question for me, and it's so important because in my years, I ran a staffing and recruiting company, so I dealt with people's careers on a daily basis. So many people didn't have a career trajectory planned out. They were just living day by day, and they were trying to decide every day, hey, should I ask my boss for a raise? Hey, should I go and apply for this job? But they never actually mapped out where they want to be in their professional life. And if you're not doing that in a professional life, there's no way you're doing it in your personal life, because most people will plan their professional lives before their personal lives. So it is so important that if you want to achieve a goal, if you want to achieve a status, if you want to achieve something in your life, that you have to plan. Failing to plan is planning to fail. And
Yes,
that's why it's so important.
yes,
So
very true.
back
Back
to
to
you.
me. Yeah, I mean, I can like elaborate on this. For me, I was always focusing heavily on business and somewhat forgetting about, um, the other areas of my life. And also in business, like more chasing the Benjamins, kind of like, wanting to make a lot of money and kind of forgetting like, why do I really want to do this? Or is this really the end all be all? And my wife went through breast cancer. Knock on wood, she's doing great today. But when this happened, like 10 years ago, um, I visualized myself on my deathbed, looking back at my life, thinking, did I really do what I was supposed to do? Did I have the impact I want to have? Did I really live the life that is worth living? And I realized back then, like, the business that we're currently running is cool, but it's not really at the core of my heart, So I really want to do something that is more impactful. And actually, a friend of mine, uh, Jason, big shout out to you. He runs MMT. It's Mastermind Talks, an amazing conference with lots of smart people. He gave us these thingies. That's me on my 90th birthday, like AI generated. I guess I still have the same glasses, but seeing this, and he also printed out like this is day 16,699 currently. It's just like a few weeks or a month ago, and seeing this and like knowing it's going to end at some point. And he asked us to write down things that we would regret if we do not do them by that time, because life flies by fast, and you want to figure out what do you really want to do with your life. And this is what we do in Managing Happiness. We give you some exercise that help you to define these things, like what do you want to achieve in the most important areas of your life? Like, what's your mission and vision for you personally? Mine is to live a long, impactful, harmonious, happy, and fulfilled life, and being mentally and physically fit and learn and grow until I die. And this is the vision where I want to get to. And then the mission is to mindfully eat and consume things that are good for me and spend time with people that nurture and challenge me to grow and exercise my mind and body every day. And then have some personal goals, of course. And then my professional one is to be a change agent who's transforming millions of individuals and organizations so they can reach their full potential. It's just like something that I realized, like, this is what really makes me happy when I can do this and achieve this. And same for my family. I want to empower and lead the people I love and provide physical and emotional everything my family needs to thrive. And I remove uncertainty and provide direction. So yeah, Michael, you just like unmute yourself a few times if you want to jump in.
Yeah, so the vision is, where we want to go with our lives in the areas that David mentioned. So the areas of our professional life, the areas of our personal life, our health, and then the areas of our family life. And then the mission is how we're actually going to get there. And this is something you can consistently revisit, right, and tweak if you need to. But this is the overall. It's going to set the overall direction for you, and then the rest of other parts of the platform are going to allow you to plan at a deeper level. Most people are not planning what they want to do. And the people who are just chasing the dollar, like David and I did for so long, um, end up unfulfilled because they don't have any substance behind that. Money without substance is I'd rather be broke. I'd rather be broke. I would, because I would find substance in not being broke, right? So, and it is true. The more money you make, the more people you can impact. So, this is definitely something that is important. Make as much money as you can for the right reasons, though. Have substance behind it. How do you want to impact the people in your life? How do you want to impact society at large? These are some of the things that you can achieve if you focus and if you use a platform like Managing Happiness.
Phil, how about you, Phil? Just like, hey, both those guys owe me money. He's such a troll. I fucking love you, Phil. Uh, by the way, talking about money, super tangent. I personally live in Turkey, in Bodrum, Turkey, and has been at home for the last 7 years. And a lot of you may have heard the devastating earthquake that happened here. It's really unfathomable, I guess is the word in English, how bad it is. So if you like to help, I really appreciate this. I think people estimate it's going to be over 100,000 people dead. I think they're like, I don't know, 30,000 plus right now. So if you want to help, I'd really appreciate this. This is a site where you can do that easily, even with an American credit card. I just posted this in. And if you donate for Ahbab, this is personally the one that I like the best in terms of organizations. But yeah.
I mean, this is a perfect example. This is a perfect example of like just meandering through life, and then boom, all of a sudden, like some atrocity, like this earthquake, it's killed what 40, 50,000 people, whatever it is, like shows you. It brings back to realization that things like this can happen like this. You would never expect it. It's not something you plan for. You can't plan for it, and your life could be taken away. So why meander through life? Why not live a life of purpose? Why?
Very
Why
true.
not? Right? So let's do that by managing our happiness.
Another thing you do is you define your core values. Similar in the business, core values are the values that we live by, basically who we are or who we aspire to be. And then we can make all the decisions that we're making. We can run through these values and make sure we actually live up to them. For me, it's choose love, make decisions out of love and not out of fear, love unconditionally. You probably see my love, not fear sticker here on my microphone. Then owning things or always delivering value or keeping it simple, keeping it real, be authentic, be yourself. If it's a hell yes, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. So these things help me when I do my planning to make sure all the things I'm doing are in line with who I want to be and what I want to do. And for example, courage, don't hold back, share the love. I'm a recovering introvert, so doing things like this is something that I usually procrastinate and hold back on. But I add this one in here because it's an aspirational value that I want to live up to. And then you define some mantras and affirmations and also some clarity questions, which tremendously help me personally to focus on the right things. And when I do my daily planning, I ask myself these questions. When I do my weekly planning, I ask myself those questions. For example, when I plan my week every Sunday, I sit down and I plan the week ahead. I ask myself what to focus on if I only have 4 hours to work next week. And this gives me a lot of clarity. What is the most important project to work on so I can rock this out? And yeah, all these, there's tons of exercises in the Managing Happiness program that help you to figure out where you want to go, who you are, and hold you accountable to actually work on the things that you want to work on. Um, yeah. So we have a new cohort coming up. By the way, that's in terms of, I don't want to be too salesy, but the overall mission of managing happiness is not necessarily to make a lot of money. It's more to have positive impact. And the long-term vision is to build the Toastmasters of personal development, basically self-organized groups of people that come together, help each other to figure out what they want out of life, and then help each other to figure out how to get it. Defining mission, vision, values, and then leaning into the habits, because your habits determine pretty much everything in your life. If you're rich or poor, happy or unhappy, obese or in shape, it all boils down to which habits you cultivate. And Michael has a really cool exercise. It's the alignment exercise. People define their values, but then once you track how you spend your days, it's often very different from what you actually think you value most versus what you do, right? So if you want to,
Yeah, 100%. I mean, in the alignment assessment that I provide, you really take a 24-hour look at how you're spending your days. So you take a day out of the week, an average day for you, because obviously every day is going to have variables in it, but you take an average day for you and you list all the activities that you do during a day. So things from work to cooking to watching Netflix or to scrolling through social media to spending time with your kids to working out, whatever it might be. And you list all of those out. And on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most aligned and 1 being the least aligned, you assign a score to each one of those tasks. And then you add all those out and take an average of what they are. And studies have shown that most people will score between a 6 and 7.5, which is really surprising to the people who are actually living these lives. And it brings some self awareness to them that they actually are not planning their days and allowing different activities to come up and so forth that are not higher aligned with what their vision and mission are. And once you have awareness, then you can create change. Until you have awareness, you can't create change. So the alignment assessment provides that for you and then allows you to kind of jumpstart the work that you do within the Managing Happiness platform. So they kind of have a symbiotic relationship.
okay, I want to share something else which I'm looking for right now.
And anybody who wants the alignment assessment can just, shoot me an email, send me your email, and I'll send it to you for free. So you can kind of get at least some self-awareness on your part as to what your alignment score is and what you'd like it to be. Because the next step after that is shifting out of those lower scored behaviors and activities and spending more time on the higher activities, the higher scored activities. So that, I mean, who wants to live a 7.5 life? I don't. I want to live a 9 or above.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I
Well,
actually
10
took something from your alignment exercise, and I've by the way, this is my habit tracker. It's also part of Managing Happiness, where we track our habits. And the cool thing is you can see other people's habits that are in your cohort. So it's the positive peer pressure, kind of seeing, I see if Michael's doing his habits or what kind of habits he has, and vice versa. So I can hold him accountable if he's not sticking to one of the habits that he.
And what's great about this is you can pop it right up on your cell phone and you just hit the icon and boom, your habits come up and just check them off as you're doing them throughout the day.
Yes. And so my habits that I have, actually, to how I got there, is with your alignment assessment, I started tracking how much time a day do I spend on UpCoach, how I solve my portfolio companies, managing happiness and admin tasks. Because I've been like neglecting managing happiness too much and I want to spend more time on it. So I start to track it, which is it's pretty interesting once you start tracking how much time you spend on what in your day. It's really fascinating, and it gives me the accountability to actually do more on the managing happiness side, which what I want to do, and I've been procrastinating it for way too long. It's classic business 101: what you measure will improve. But yeah, let me walk you through my habit tracker in general. These are the habits that I personally need to be on my personal A game. Actually, this one is loud. I want to be more extroverted and share more, like this one, for example. So this one got a check mark because we're doing the webinar today. Then planning the next day is super important for me. If I do not plan the next day, I definitely do not get the horsepower on the road. So planning is super important for me. Inbox Zero, for those of you who are familiar with it, basically you archive and delegate or respond to every email in your inbox. So you only have the open tasks or emails that you have to do something with in your inbox. And the idea is at the end of the day, you've archived all of them. If I'm not doing this for too long, I know I'm overwhelmed and I'm stressed out. So this habit is my canary in the coal mine. I know if I'm over a week not reaching inbox zero, I know I have to take some things off my plate because I'm just too overwhelmed. And when I'm overwhelmed, then my good habits will start falling away. So it's my canary in the coal mine, works really well. The Frog is from a book called Eating the Frog. The idea is you do the task you do not want to do first thing in the morning, and then it gives you energy versus like dragging you down. You all know and actually you work on the things that are important, because often the things you do not want to do are the important things. Think back in your school years, you start cleaning up your room just to procrastinate on doing the homework. So then just explain the measuring time piece here. That's new. Then spending quality time with Emma and Yurda, really important for me. And so I just like started tracking this. Not eating after 9 p.m. because if I eat after 9 p.m., aside from this, I'm gaining weight. But the main reason for this is if I would eat now, it's almost 9 p.m. If I would eat something now, then this would give me an energy boost, and I would not go to bed until like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And then at 6 a.m., my trainer comes tomorrow morning, and I would be really tired. So not good for the team. Another one, sweating. I want to sweat ideally every day. If I do this, I'm happy. I think it's biologically in us. If we work out on a regular basis, we're much happier. Visualization and gratitude. Gratitude super important. I have my gratitude rock in my pocket. So every morning I pick this one up and I go through the things I'm grateful for. Brings me to an all is well state of mind. Super important to manage my happiness. The Maui habit, I tell myself, it's from a book called Tiny Habits. And he basically came up with this. Every morning when he gets up, he tells himself, like, today is going to be an amazing day. And I've been doing this for a long time, and it really works. It sounds silly, but it works. Getting up early, I track this. No simple carbs, because I just feel better if I'm not eating simple carbs, and I have intermittent fasting. So yeah, these are the things that I need to be in my A game, and these habits are in line with the goals that I'm having. And what we do in Managing Happiness, we help you to figure out what your goals are, and then we help you to define the habits that will help you to get to your goals. So basically, it's figuring out what you really want out of life, and we help you to get it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people, especially with the entrepreneurs that we work with, that they already know what they want out of their business, but they have no idea what they want out of their personal life or their health, happiness, family life, I should say, excuse me. So their personal life and their family life is kind of like just like happening to them, and their professional life they planned out. That's what I've seen with a lot of entrepreneurs, including myself, for a long time. So, this can be extremely impactful and doesn't take a lot of time and really fits right in with the progression of your life. So, if you really want to change something, if things are not going the way you want them to go, and you really want to achieve something, then sign up. Trust me, it will change your future. It will change your mindset. Sign up.
Yes, and you can sign up by going to managinghappiness.com. So managinghappiness.com. And you can go to, you can start the quiz, or you can go straight to the members area. Here you're going to see what you're getting. You can see some testimonials, and basically for $49 a year, that's like next to nothing. It's like a less than a Starbucks coffee per month. You can sign up and do the DIY courses, the do-it-yourself courses. You can kind of like check it out and do it yourself for just $49 a year. You know, we purposefully kept it very affordable, basically, for everybody, because we want everybody to have the benefit of this. But if you really want to get the most out of it, I recommend that you do a closed cohort. Michael is launching a new cohort soon. A cohort works that you're together with 6 to 8 other entrepreneurs, and you go through the course together. And the benefit is that you have this peer learning experience. You see what other people pick for their mission, vision, and their goals, etc. It's amazing networking, and it holds you accountable to actually do this stuff. And it's similar to an EO group, an entrepreneurs organization forum, for those of you who are familiar with this. And it works. It's really great. I can highly recommend that you check this out.
And in my cohort, you're going to be assigned a support buddy, we'll call it. So everybody will have somebody to support themselves during the week. And then when we meet as a group weekly, we'll all be supporting each other. But this will keep you accountable on a day-to-day basis. Not just accountable, but it'll provide you support, and it'll provide you the motivation to stick to it. Because it's always easier to do things in groups of people than it is to do them on your own.
So if you want to join, go to a link that I just posted, managinghappiness.com/membership. And then you'll end up in the community. And then once you do that, we'll reach out to you. You can chat with me and Michael and join the, actually, I think we're streaming the same thing here. You can take the courses here. You can interact with the community here. And you can find your cohort here if you want to join up for the actual cohort, not just the online course.
Also, if you're not happy when you're in the cohort, we provide 100% money back guarantee.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. Yes, absolutely. It's to have
It will
impact.
guarantee your results. Yeah. We
That's the game.
provide the framework. You do the work.
Yeah, you still have to do the work, but you get
Gotta
out of
do
it
the
what
work.
you put into it. And
Yeah.
all right,
All right.
cool.
Look forward to
Mike-
seeing you guys in the cohort. And if you guys have any questions, reach out to myself or David. We are here for you.
Yay. Thank you, Michael. Peace out, guys.